What's up guys, Lynchie here, bringing you another overview commentary. So this time we're going to be talking all about Halo 4, the first of the new Halo trilogy, which will be called the Reclaimer trilogy. And if you're wondering what that name is about, if you remember Guilty Spark, well that AI referred to Master Chief as the Reclaimer a number of times in the previous games. So as we see here, the spaceship Infinity is about to crash land on the planet Requiem, and there's Master Chief watching it happen. So it's set almost 5 years after the events of Halo 3, and the new trilogy is going to take the series in a new direction, and it's supposed to be, they say it's going to be a lot more epic. Master Chief returns to confront his destiny and face an ancient evil that threatens the fate of the entire universe. So yeah, sounds pretty epic to me. So what the game developers, 343 Industries, are trying to do is bring a tiny bit more storytelling and character development into Halo 4 with regards to Chief. And as we know in the previous games, to be honest, there hasn't really been much told about the Master. I mean, yeah, we know a little bit about his background and exactly why he decided to do what he does, but there hasn't really been much told about him, which is understandable really, because Halo is primarily a first-person shooter. They aren't generally known for their storytelling experience. But in Halo 4, I think we'll be seeing more sides to Master Chief in the cutscenes and as he interacts with other characters. So the game's going to be set on the spaceship Infinity and on the planet Requiem, and maybe briefly on the spaceship Forward into Dawn. But most likely it's going to be mainly set on this planet Requiem that he's walking around in here. As far as graphics are concerned, I think it's safe to say they've improved a lot. And here we see grunts are back. So I think everyone's pleased to see that the grunts are back. But they're not going to be the only enemy in the game, as we're about to see in a minute. So one thing that I don't like about it is the graphics have gotten a lot better, I think it's safe to say. One thing I don't like about it is the way you can see the visor, which I think kind of impairs vision slightly. But I don't know, maybe people would say that's more realistic, but I'd say I'll get used to it after a while. So we see here, these are called crawlers. To me they look a bit like those dogs from Avatar, even though they're supposedly being described as bug-like as well, which they are. And she's calling them defense AIs. What they are is Prometheans. They're an elite Forerunner class. They're synthetic life forms, so they're basically AIs whose sole purpose is to defend the planet Requiem. So it seems like they somehow survived the massive explosion where the Forerunners destroyed not only the Flood, but also themselves. Oh, I better say, they have nothing to do with the movie Prometheus, okay? They're Prometheans, not Prometheus. This guy here, he's a knight, the guy that you're firing at right now. That thing flying around, who just caught the plasma grenade and threw it back at you, is called Watcher. The knights, to me, look a bit like General Grievous from Star Wars, or maybe like those Bionicle toys. I'll leave that up to you, or what you think they are. The knights, when they're holding the energy swords, can teleport. I'm not sure if the ones that use the light rifles teleport. That's what you just picked up. It's a Promethean weapon. There's 15 rounds in a clip. When fired without zooming in, it fires 3 weak shots, and when it's zoomed in, it fires more powerful single rounds. And it seems to be just about as powerful as the UNSC sniper rifle. And an interesting feature of this weapon is that if an enemy is killed with it, they are disintegrated. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So there are 2 types of multiplayer modes now: war games, so that's deathmatch, capture the flag, and all that sort of thing, and Spartan Ops. So you can play co-op in the missions in the game. And what we're about to see in a second is a new feature. Also, is the Promethean Vision. It's a type of sonar vision which allows the player to easily spot enemies. So he sees that there's a lot more than you could actually see without them. They're just appearing everywhere, all around him. But I think it's safe to say that this game is going to be amazing.
put into service 8 years ago. AIs deteriorate after 7.
I will not allow you to leave this planet!
I have long dreamt of this day, Lynchie.